Now in this video, I want to talk about how I would 3x Elite 11's traffic and organic search revenue with one simple change. Now the reason I've chose Elite 11 is because I like their products first and foremost. They're very popular, and quite frankly their SEO is kind of mid, and so I just wanted to talk about it because it's a good case study for your brand if you're watching, or if you're just curious about SEO and how you can improve it with very small change and a very simple change. So all it comes down to is what I'm looking at today is their collection page structure. All right, so let's have a look. So first and foremost, when it comes to e-commerce SEO, our job is to get your website in front of as many potential buyers as possible. And a lot of that structure, a lot of that comes from the structure of your collection pages. Now that's because if you think about it, if you walk into a store, a physical store, and you go in, you head to kind of areas where there are products, right? You head to the shoe area, you head to the men's area, the women's area, and so forth. And then within there, you go to the t-shirt area, you go to the hoodie area, and so forth. There's not just one kind of like massive room with everything kind of mingled together. They're all in their different sections. We need to do the same with your website because that's how people shop. Yes, it's online, but people shop in the same way. And so I've got this example here, right? If we go to Google, first of all, this is where people are searching all the time. Now, I'm not sure where my face has gone, but hopefully it comes back in a second. Here he is. Let's see if it comes over. Great. So people are searching here for products, right? And if I'm searching, I'm not just going to search for hoodie. Like there's nothing behind that search that is too generic, it's too broad. And for Google, they don't know if you're searching for a men's hoodie, women's hoodie, what color hoodie, what style of hoodie or anything. And so you get a mixed bag of results, like you've got Uniqlo hoodies for the homelessness, sweatshirts and hoodies, women's, men's and hoodies. Like these are all completely different. So when it comes to searching, I'm going to search for, let's say, a men's black zip-up hoodie. All right, that's what I'm looking for. I want something very specific. And so this is what I am going to chase. And we can see instantly the volume, as in the amount of people that are searching for this, has gone down. There's only 40 apparently every month. But you multiply this by the amount of different keywords that you can get, the numbers are so much higher. And if we go back to hoodie, yes, there was 18,000 people. So everyone's like, oh, I want that keyword. That's so many people searching for it. But you're not going to convert, as I said. It's just so generic and there's nothing behind that. Whereas if I go here, men's zip-up black hoodie, look at this H&M. They've got a men's black hoodies, zip-up, pullover, plain and more. So it obviously tells me what it is. And they've got a page specific to that with men's black hoodies. Now here, I'd say like this doesn't fully match my search term. Obviously there's different colors and they're not actually zip up, but you get the point, right? And so when it comes to Elite 11, what they are lacking is they're not diversifying their collection pages well enough. So as I said, look at these collections. These are all their collections. There's no sub collections. When I go in, this is the only page for all their hoodies and jackets, jumpers and everything. They've got vests on here as well. And if we look, there's no real content on this page. Like they've got the product grid, but if we go to the very bottom, there's no written content anywhere. So think about this, as I said before, if you're walking into a physical store and all their products are just mumbled together, but you're trying to find a specific thing, it makes it much harder for your shopping experience. You're going to struggle to then find that item that you're looking for. And so therefore you're likely going to leave. A lot of people get impatient and they, myself personally, I'm not a huge shopper, but when I'm going to shop, I'm looking for a specific thing. And I feel like a lot of people are like that. And that's the same with online. It's so easy to just be like, oh, I can't find what I want back. I'm going to go find something else, right? So that's the crux of it. This is how we can optimize sites. And this is how I would 3x Elite 11's website, right? And so if we have a look at this, what we're trying to do is we're trying to optimize and turn one collection page into multiple high converting collection pages. So we can see here at the moment, they just have one collection, which is hoodies, but you can turn that into multiple collections. I've only got 5 here, but there's plenty more. And that opens the door for so many more people searching for your products, right? Now, if we go into the actual data of Elite 11, so if we have a look first at their overall kind of SEO data, obviously they're doing great. I'm not here to tell you they're not. They're doing really well. They've got 100,000 people a month at the moment. They've obviously spiked because they're doing a bit of a promotion. But if you look at their chart, like there's no real kind of sustainable growth or anything. It's kind of all over the shop. And if I actually look into their traffic, if we have a look at this, almost 70% of their traffic goes to their homepage from their branded keyword. So again, their brand is really well known. That's great. But that means that they're also not optimizing for all these other keywords because their branded terms make up so much of their traffic. So people are only shopping with them if they know them already. And so that leads to another question. You need to then do all your other marketing on the outside to then get people to your store. So if we see here, there's 103,000 people a month at the moment searching for Elite 11. If I add a filter and remove any keywords that contain the brand terms, that 103,000 goes down to 23,000. So only 20% or so of the traffic to their website is from people searching for products that aren't Elite 11 products. And from there, we can see as well that there's a couple collections here, but they're going to the product pages because look at these keyword terms. People are searching for navy track pants, for gray hoodie, for black hoodie. And so they're not optimized for these keywords properly. And so therefore they're only getting a handful of people. Whereas if they had a black hoodie collection, yes, their hoodie page right now is showing up in position 4, but they could easily be position 1 with the brand and the authority that they have for that keyword if they just optimized a page for black hoodies and had black hoodies on there. And guaranteed that is going to convert so many more people because it is much more tailored to that search. So it's actually really easy to do this. I've gone into Google Keyword Planner. This is all free. You just need to create a Google Ads account. And what I've done, I'll go back one. If I go to here and search discover new keywords, I can now type the keyword that I'm looking for. Let's go hoodie or hoodies. Now this has given me all this data of different keyword ideas that people are searching for, and it gives you the average monthly searches. So if I filter by that, this is showing me the most people are searching for. Now, obviously this is a very, very broad range. If you have a tool like Ahrefs, that gives you much more specific data, but this is free. So if you don't have anything like that, you can use this as a bit of a guide. But if we have a look here, right, just based off the one keyword hoodies. So think about all the other keywords they have on their page. You can do for joggers, pants, long sleeve shorts, etc. Just off one keyword, we can then expand into, so obviously not Nike, but we've got, let's say black hoodie. There's 10 to 100,000 people a month searching for that. What else do we have here? Got hoodies for men, custom hoodies perhaps, sweatshirt, oversized hoodies, hoodies for women, men's sweatshirts, zip up hoodie, graphic hoodie, zip hoodie again, half zip sweater. So just from there, look at how many different people are searching for these keywords. And Elite 11 and a lot of brands are not optimized for that because they just haven't set up their collection page structure correctly. They haven't made all these different collection pages, which don't need new products. They just need new structure. They just have a collection page that is collections/blue hoodies or collections/gym hoodies and so forth. And from there, you are going to end up with so many more people on your site that are looking for those products and therefore so much more money in your pocket. So here's an example here of a client that I've been working with, and they are a much smaller client than Elite 11. But we can see from this that in February when we started, they were making about 16,000 or just over 16,000 a month. I think it was even less than this, but let's go with that number, right? And then after 3 to 4 months of SEO, they reached, I think it ended up being about 23,000 for the month of May. So that's an extra almost $6,000 a month in organic search revenue. So you're not paying for this. This is free from Google just based on creating collections that people are searching for, which ends up being another $72,000 a year just from a couple of small changes on the website. Now, if you're a brand of the size of Elite 11, like these numbers can be way, way more. You can make millions of dollars a year extra just based off these numbers, based off the amount of people that are searching for it, and then how many people you're going to convert. Because obviously a brand like Elite 11, they already have such high brand awareness that they would easily convert people that are searching for these products. And so that is how I would triple the organic traffic of Elite 11 and how we would increase their organic search revenue just with this one small change. This is the tiniest little snippet of SEO, but that one small change is going to do masses for a brand like this. So I'll leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed. If this is something that you're interested in, please subscribe. I make videos about SEO and e-commerce SEO, and hopefully you found something useful. See you in the next one.